Commissioner, for returning to committee once again. I want to pick up where you just left off in your testimony because I had received a copy of a complaint that had been sent to Elections Canada from Ryan Davies, who appeared before this committee and brought that complaint to this committee's attention. Were you aware of that complaint?
I was not aware of that complaint at the time that I testified before the committee. Of course, I am now aware of the complaint.
Okay. Now, the complaint states, among other things, that there were potential violations of the Canada Elections Act by the longest ballot committee. The complaint includes various pieces of correspondence, as well as a photo of an organizer who was collecting, or appears to be collecting, signatures in which the candidate's name is blank. In other words, if that is accurate, if the picture is fully accurate, but it certainly appears that the candidate's name was blank, that electors were signing a nomination paper for a candidate that would be then filled in after the fact, which would not be consistent with the Canada Elections Act. So what was the status of the complaint? What happened to that complaint? Do you know?
So all complaints, after an election, we receive thousands of complaints, and whenever they allege a violation of the Act, we don't scrutinize to determine whether there's adequate evidence or whether there's actually an offence under the Act. We typically transfer that, as a matter of course, to the Commissioner of Canada Elections. So, and she has the mandate to investigate violations of the Act, contraventions of the Act.
So in the case, and I appreciate that, in the case of Mr. Davies' complaint, was that forwarded to the Commissioner of Elections Canada?
So that's an interesting question. She is seized of the information in the complaint. The complaint itself, as I learned after the testimony, and I asked to search for that complaint, the complaint itself was caught in our security filters because of possible contamination of the links. And so other people who saw the evidence put forward, or the videos put forward by Mr. Davies, did make complaints, and the Commissioner.
So just to be, so I'm fully clear, the complaint, essentially, Mr. Davies' complaint, went into a black hole. Insofar as it was sent to your office, to Elections Canada, and because of whatever issue it wasn't, it sort of went into a black hole, is effectively what it sounds like to me happened.
I would not, Mr. Chair, describe it in that manner.
Well, I guess with the greatest respect, and I understand these things sometimes happen, but there was a complaint. It sounds to me like no one looked at it. Is that accurate, or did someone look at it?
So
when did anyone at Elections Canada first look at it?
So the complaint was received, and other complaints preferencing the videos made public by Mr. Davies were received. The Commissioner was seized of that information and the allegations, but if you're asking, the physical complaint itself was not transferred, but she is seized of the matter.
So by being seized of the matter, what do you mean by being seized of the matter?
She understands the allegations.
When did she first understand the allegations that were set out in the complaint? Was it after Mr. Davies appeared before committee?
No, first of all, Mr. Chair, I cannot speak for the Commissioner. What I can say is her office was seized of the issue at the time that, in short time after. We're talking about July, if I'm not mistaken, after the election. And as a matter of course, these issues are forwarded to the Commissioner's office. She receives, just to be clear, from the public and Elections Canada, around 18,000 complaints, 2,000 of which are close to were forwarded by Elections Canada. And as part of that, and there was no significant delay, her office was seized of the information that Mr.
Can you undertake to provide the committee with the chronology of what happened with that complaint when it was identified and when it was transferred or when the commissioner became seized of that complaint, because it sounds to me like something went wrong with the complaint in terms of what happened on the part of Elections Canada. You would agree? I mean,
I certainly agree that something unusual happened with the complaint, in the sense that there are security parameters around our systems, and if there is concern around the links or documents, they are quarantined. But in this case, the information was also pointed to by other complainants, and they were transferred. And I can commit to share with the committee the time in which these were transferred to the commissioner. I can't speak beyond that. What happens in the commissioner's office, of course, is not for me to speak to.
Thank you so much. I